Do we allow more time or we should start? Okay, ladies, please inform those that in your different groups to invite your colleagues to join us here.
Yes, I think we can wait for another a few more minutes.
Please let me know when you are ready to start, Sandra.
Okay.
We actually have more people join us here, except every other person is sure of the track that they have chosen.
Okay.
Please let me know when you're ready to start, or when you're ready to start, you can just go ahead and start.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. We have 24 attendees now. What do you think? Should we give it more time?
I think that we can't leave those who have already joined waiting. When it's recorded, we can actually start. So we don't, people are waiting and they're actually using data. So
that's true.
that, and those who came late watch the recording later.
Okay.
So
all
please,
right, let me share my screen. Please, I want to confirm that you can hear me. Amma, can you hear me?
Sure, I can.
Okay. 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 Hello, everyone. Good evening this evening, and good evening to you, wherever you are. I welcome you to this onboarding session for the data science and data analysis track. I want to believe that everyone here is in both tracks, data science, data analysis. So just do me a favor, if you can just put on the chat quickly. If you have data science, just do DS. If you are data analysis, you can just do a DA on the chat, please. Thank you so much.
Sorry, chat is not available. Or it's telling me chat is not available.
You for you. Okay. I think there is a Q&A somewhere. Oh,
the Q&A is not coming on. No.
Okay. Wow, I don't know why that's okay. You can use that. Let's do something. So if you are DS, you can someone's video is on. If you are DS, you can use the thumbs up. Thumbs up emoji. Kehinde, your video is on. Then if you are DA, you can use the love emoji. So let's just make do with what we have.
I'm for DA. I can't see where to type. My phone is giving problem. I'm for DA.
Okay, we are just saying there's nowhere to type for now. So you can just use if you're for DA, use the love. Then if you're for DS, use the thumbs up, the like emoji.
DA
yes,
is for love, right?
Yes, DA love, DS thumbs up.
Okay.
Sorry, what's DA? What's DS?
Please, if you're not speaking, please mute. Please mute if you're not speaking, please. Okay, I see several love emojis and thumbs up. It's like it's a tie actually here. Okay, so DA stands for data analysis, and DS stands for data science. Okay. All right.
Sorry, sorry to barge in, to cut it. I'm struggling to find where I can use an emoji, but I'm for the data analysis class, please.
Okay. Who just spoke, please? What's your name?
My name is Wanuola.
Wanuola. Okay,
Yes,
there's
please.
a React button. I don't know if you can see that. So inside of the React, you can actually use emojis there. Can you see it? Yes. Okay, so brilliant.
I can only
Thank
see
you so
the place
much.
to raise hands and
Okay, don't worry.
I'll keep looking. I just had to register that now, just in case you were collating stuff.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. So I just want to welcome all of us again. My name is Chimeremma. You can call me Chimere, and I am one of the facilitators for
Good evening.
the data science track. Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry to cut you in. I'm for data analysis too, but I can't see anywhere to send chat or send any emoji.
Okay, don't worry. I'm sure very soon, pretty soon, we'll get used to Teams.
Okay, I think I have these Teams apps because it's been telling me I'm not a team member or something.
Okay. Don't worry your head over it. Very soon, pretty soon, you will get used to it. It takes a while though, but you'll catch up in time. So I welcome everyone once more. Thank you so much for joining, and I want to congratulate everyone for being here. It's not easy. I know some people are just, starting their tech journey for the first time, and yeah, like the whole concept and techniques and all that is pretty new. So don't worry yourself, relax, don't have hypertension, just take it easy, one step at a time. With time, you get to understand. And I know that as mothers, we have several responsibilities, children, husbands, families, and all that, so I can understand, so it's all good. So let us all relax and have high, good enough expectancy for this training, for this boot camp. Yes, so I want to confirm that you can see my screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes,
you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay, so the reason for this onboarding session is to introduce us to the course in earnest. So we have data science and we have data analytics, right? Data analysis. So I know that a lot of people at this beginning stage pretty much have this understanding issue, like what is data science, what is the DA, what is the difference, in fact. So after this session, I want to assure you that at least you will have good enough understanding of what data science entails and what data analysis entails. And then you can even make a switch. You can decide to make a switch if you want to. I know that some people might still want to make a switch. Maybe you had put in data science earlier, and after this talk, you'll be like, oh no, I think where my spirit is leading me to is data analysis. So all that will be cleared today. And in that light as well, I want to wish us a happy International Women's Day 2023. I think the whole of March is used to recognize the International Women's Day. So I want to congratulate us all. We are women, and it's not easy to still be here, be pushing, so congratulations. And please listen in. We'll be taking your questions. There are other facilitators here, so we'll be taking your questions after the talk. So if you have a pen or a jotter or something, you can have it by your side. But pretty much just listen and pay attention so that you really understand what we are talking about. Then afterwards, put down your questions. If you have any questions or understanding or challenge or something that you want to ask, put down your questions so that you don't forget. At the end of the session, you have enough time to ask questions. Okay, so to start with, data science, data analysis. The center of these two these two topics is data, actually. So everything that concerns data science and data analysis, everything that you're talking about is just revolving around data. Now, what is data? What is data? Data. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you still hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so the center of everything about data science and data analytics, data analysis is data. So data can be defined, or data can be said to be facts or statistics collected together for referencing or analysis. So data can be, data can be anything. It can be figures. So now in earnest, data is grouped into two categories, two broad categories. We have structured data, and then we have unstructured data. Structured data entails text-based data like a name or an address. And then you have numeric data like age, a weight or temperature, or something that has to do with number. That can be said to be numeric data. And then you also have your time-based data, like the dates of an event occurring. And then when you talk about unstructured data, you can think about something like pictures or videos, something like that, images. These are all unstructured data. So data is a collection of information. Data is a collection of information. So I want you to have that at the back of your mind. So it can be structured or unstructured. Now we also want to think of when we say analysis, just in the normal terms of what is analysis. Analysis, you can say analysis is when you're trying to describe something, right? Or investigate, or go over something, inspect, in fact, or examine something. So just have that at the back of your mind when you think of analysis, right? Now, for the broader description of what we are talking about today, now we have data analytics, we have data science, and we also have data analysis. So these three, they are very close, yet there is also like a little bit of difference in the three of them, right? So when we talk about data analytics, we are thinking of like a broad umbrella, right? That is covering data science and data analysis. So analytics is like the field that targets data to uncover solutions. So it's like the broad field that targets data to uncover solutions and generate growth opportunities for businesses. So that is where you can say, oh, this is data analytics. Data analytics. So it's like the broad umbrella that is covering data science and data analysis. Now, we also want to look at data science. Data science is a combination of multiple disciplines that uses statistics, data analysis, and machine learning to analyze data to extract knowledge and insights from it. And then data analysis, don't worry, if this is confusing at the moment, don't worry, with time you'll get a hint of it, but just pay attention. Data analysis, on the other hand, is a subset of data science, right? That focuses on cleaning, inspecting, transforming, and modeling data so that it can be transformed into meaningful and useful information. Okay, so when we talk about data analytics, there are some techniques, right? So this is why I said it is like the umbrella that is covering data analysis and data science. So inside of data analytics, there are techniques, and some of them include A/B testing. A/B testing, this is where you talk about testing of two variables or features. For instance, let me give you an example. Let's say you have a web page, right? And after developing the web page, you want to test the functionalities of each of the features of that web page, right? So in that view, you can have like a sample, a prototype, and then you have another sample. So you can test the functionalities of the features in each of the in the web page. So this is what A/B testing is really talking about. It compares a control group with other test groups. You have data fusion and data integration. This analyzes and combines data from multiple sources to develop accuracy. You also have data mining, which extracts and discovers patterns from large data sets. You also have machine learning. Machine learning automates, excuse me, automates analytical model building through computer algorithms. You also have natural language processing. I know most of us must have come across this NLP, which analyzes human languages through computer algorithms. You also have statistics and so on and so forth. Now, where is data science needed? Someone might ask. One purpose of data science is to structure data, making it interpretable and easy to work with. And we all know that data science can be used in anywhere. I don't think there's any industry that doesn't need or that doesn't have a need for data. Almost all industries, even in farming, farmers need data to be able to forecast how maybe a particular fertilizer is acting, the effect of a particular fertilizer on crops, or maybe the effect of weather. All this data is needed. So it can be used across different fields. You have banking, finance, consultancy, healthcare, manufacturing. And then examples of spaces where we can actually find data science include for route planning like navigation for ships and aircraft and even drones. I know most of us have heard of drones and seen how they operate. Also, to foresee delays for flight, ship, and train. This in data science, you can find this through predictive analysis. To create promotional offers, like on your I don't know, most of us have Instagram, Facebook, and all that. If you click on your Instagram, if you click, let's say you click on you want to search for fashion wears on your Instagram. The moment you click on that fashion wear, the next time you're opening your Instagram, what Instagram does is to bring up more fashion wears, because it has been able to figure out that you have an interest in this. So there's an AI, there's an artificial intelligence system that is working behind. But I know most people will call it Oyibo juju, but it's not juju actually. It's an artificial intelligence feature that makes this happen, such that what you are interested in, through your likes or through your it's called, in fact, it's called recommender system. They are broadly called recommender systems. So this is an area where data science is needed, because it takes in data, it takes in information, to be able to yield results. You also find data science in deliveries. Hello, please, can you mute, please? If you're not speaking, please mute. Thank you.
Please.
Then you can also find data science in healthcare and in predicting. I know before the elections, there were several predictions going around on who won the election, who is going to be president, predictions and all that. I'm sure a lot of us must have seen that. So all these are areas where data science is needed. How a data scientist works is the data scientist must find patterns within the data. That is the first thing he or she does. He finds patterns within the data. And before they find the patterns, the data must be organized in a standard format. So these are the duties of the data scientist. And firstly, he gets to ask the right questions to understand the business problem. What is the problem in this business? What am I trying to solve with this data? Now you have a lot of data around you. What are you trying to, bring out from the data? After asking these right questions, he wants to go ahead to explore and collect data. Now, there are several repositories where you can collect data, apart from normal surveys and questionnaires, if you want to go that route. But there are, open source repositories like Cargo. You also have the UNDP, you have the WHO. All these are repositories where you can go and download. Even the INEC portal. I'm sure that if someone goes there too, you find a lot of data. That's if they are transparent enough. So then you have the data scientist also extracts data transforms the data to a standardized format after extracting it, cleans the data, find and replace missing values, normalizes the data, analyzes the data. In normalization, there's several steps that has to go down. These are areas where the data scientists come into play. He also represents the results. And then lastly, a data scientist must also be able to tell story, because after figuring out all this information from the data, you want to be able to communicate back to the business and say, oh, this is what I was able to figure out. This is what I was able to find out. This is that. So a data scientist must be able to have that storytelling capability, through data visualization. And yes, others include critical thinking, problem solving skills. Of course, person must have these both soft skills and technical skills to be able to do the work very well. Now, when we come to data analysis, remember I told you, I had mentioned before that data analysis is like a subset of data science. It entails responding to queries posed in order to make better business decisions, right? It uncovers actionable data by utilizing existing data. So what it does is it uses the existing data available to make insights. That is the work of the data analysis. So if you look at the two of them, they are very much very related. Just a little bit of difference that you can figure out. Types of data analysis, you have about 6 broad categories of data analysis. You have the descriptive data analysis, which involves common descriptive statistics. When a data analysis starts to work with data, you have like the mean, the median, and all that. Measures of central tendency, variability, frequency, and position. You also have exploratory analysis, which involves exploratory data analysis, EDA. This is where the data analyst explores data and does some exploratory analysis on the data. You also have the inferential analysis. Inferential analysis here, if when you want to infer something, you are inferring from a small data set. So what inferential analysis is talking about is basically to infer from the small chunk of data that you have. You want to be able to get a kind of opinion for a larger subset of data, right? So you infer from the small subset of data to get like insights on what you can find or what is likely to be, or predict or to predict something, based on the small amount of data that you've been able to see. You can say, okay, you can generalize, so to say. Okay, so you also have predictive analysis, you have causal analysis. All these are all types of data analysis. Okay, so before I speak on the careers, let me talk about the tools and skills and skill sets required for data. So for these tools and skills, right, I'm combining the two, because for a data scientist and a data analyst, you need these tools and skills, right? Because they are very similar. If you both the data scientists and the data analysis, their work is pretty much very close, very similar. You get. So for this reason, the tools and skills are in fact very much alike. You definitely need critical thinking and ability to solve problems. You also definitely need communication skills. These two, there are several other soft skills, but these two are the key, the most important ones. You need to have critical thinking ability and ability to solve problems. That way you can be able to see loopholes in pattern. Communication skills, you want to be able to communicate. I already said that before. Communicate your findings to the business. For the technical aspect of it, you need Excel. So Excel comes in handy when you have a smaller data set, right? When you have smaller data set, Excel comes in handy. But when the data set tends to be big, so large and big, then you will now start thinking of other alternatives such as the Python, the programming language, the SQL and R and all that, Git too, programming skills. So these are skills that, but it doesn't mean that you must have all of these skills. Having one knowledge of one, preferably Python, because is one of the easiest. And that is why in this cohort, we are taking data science, Python for data science track, right? So it's also very easy to navigate from one programming language to the other. At least if you have good knowledge of one, navigating to the other one will not be so difficult. And then you also want to have visualization skills. In visualization, you talk about tools like Power BI, Tableau, Looker, Power Pivot, and all that. There are several of them. There are lots of them, but the most common ones are, these ones listed, and especially Power BI. A lot of people tend to use Power BI for visualization. So this comes in handy when you are telling the story, because you want to be able to portray your findings in such a way that you can explain it, you can use it in telling stories. So that is for the skills. So for this cohort, you find out that those in data analytics are going for Excel, SQL, and Power BI, if I'm right. And then those for data science track, they're going in for Python, strictly Python for data science. So it doesn't mean that after you study, if you're in data analysis, after you take your Excel, Python, and SQL, then that's it. No, you still need to further and get at least one programming language skill. It is very necessary, especially Python, because why I'm saying this is broadly in the general market, most companies would prefer that an employee has the knowledge of Python, right? So it doesn't mean that after your Excel and SQL and Power BI, then that ends it. No. But the reason why it has been divided in this bootcamp is because Python alone is so broad. It is very, very broad. And in fact, you cannot exhaust what is inside if you begin in if you take it in six weeks. So as a data scientist as well, after going through your Python for data science, it will also pay you more if you advance, do courses in Excel, take courses in SQL and Power BI, because these are all tools that you can use for data, for anything data, when you're analyzing data or stuff like that. So yes, so some careers in this area include, of course, data scientists, you have data analysts, you have machine learning engineer, you have business intelligence developer, you also have statistician, because especially for the data scientists, a lot of statistical tools, will be needed. So Yes, this is about the information I would want to pass. So now the floor will be open to questions. I know you have a lot of questions, so we'll be taking questions now. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Okay, so we'll be taking your questions now. We have other facilitators here on board, so okay. Mama, do I give permission to ask questions or?
Yes, please. And I also wanted to quickly say that I had to disable everyone's mic because some people were, should I say, mistakenly, what's it called, unmuting themselves. So I had to disable.
Okay.
You need to ask questions. Just raise your hand. Use the raise hand emoji, and then I will unbar your mic, right? So you can ask your question. So just do that, and we'll unbar your mic, and then you can take questions one after the other.
So I see Sunday Ihoma's hand is raised up. So let's have your question.
All right, good evening, Ma. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and
Thank
clear.
you so
Good
much.
evening.
Okay. Thank you so much for the explanation. Actually, I was confused why I was added to the data science track and the data analysis track, and now I know better. So my question is, they are both enticing, like, because for me, I've had a little, not like knowledge, but I'm surrounded by people who do data work. So I've heard of Power BI, and even though I don't really understand what they do. And so me now hearing Python in data science, and then getting to also know that for the data analysis, they will have to learn the SQL and the Power BI. I have, to an extent, knowledge in Excel because I've worked with it. So it's kind of enticing. And my question is, supposing I want to do all, like I want to learn both data science and data analysis, is it possible, or I still have to just pick one? So that's my question. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. Does any one of the facilitators want to take this question, or should I go ahead?
Okay, Amma, can I take that?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so thank you so much for the person that asked the question. I guess it's Ihoma, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's good thing that you already have sorry, first of all, I'm Uzodimma, Uzodimma, the co-facilitator for data science for this track. Okay, so it's good thing that you already have experience in Excel, but then your question is, can you take data science and data analysis at the same time? And my honest advice is no, you can't. Reason being that you have to learn Excel, which is not just normal Excel, but Excel for data analysis, right? And you also have to learn SQL under 6 weeks. And data science is mostly of Python for programming for data science. And you have to start from the basic. So you are juggling between both of them. You may try to keep up, but you may not understand everything that is being taught, right? So we usually advise that you take one, and when you're done with it, in the next track, you can also apply, in the next cohort, you can also apply for the other track which you have interest in. And possibly you'll be accepted. I strongly believe because you've done one track and want to progress, you will also be accepted in the next cohort. All right. So my candid advice is do data analysis. And when you're done with it in this cohort, the next cohort, come back for data science. So in this time, you will learn concepts more in more detail, right? When we are talking about variables, when we are talking about loops, when we are talking about data frame, when we are talking about string manipulations and the other. All right. So that's what I can tell you for now. I don't know if this answers your question.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Uzo. Thank you. So the next in line is journalist Joke. If you want to ask your question, please unmute. We have barely 15 minutes for this question round. Please just
okay, thank you.
Help us
I'll
and be
be
snappy.
brief.
Thank you. Okay.
I'll be brief. Thank you very much. Mine is more of a request. Some of us were not able to start with this session because we were not let in. So we met your session almost towards the end. Could you please take us through what you had explained to others from the start? I don't know. I just need to understand. You know, I told you I'm a greenhorn, so I want to learn everything I could on data analysis. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sure that with this question round, you also get to hear and learn a lot. But that notwithstanding, there's recording, and then we'll still have a recap at the end of this session.
All right,
so
thank you. Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So as a blessing, you have a question, please unmute yourself.
Good evening. Thank you so much for this section. Thank you. I really learned a lot. My question is, I'm a pharmacist and I want to transition into tech. But then both of them, data science is looking a bit broad. So I'm wondering, will the 6 weeks be enough to learn and enter into the market, the labor market, with the skills we learn in 6 weeks for data science? Or is it better to go for data analysis where we can probably complete the schedule in 6 weeks? Or for both of them, do we need to go for more advanced classes before we can get a job or something with it? That's my question, basically. Thank you.
Please, who is taking this question for us?
Let me answer this.
Okay, thank you, Amma.
So what I would say as someone who we had 3 women actually gain internship from the data science class. And as things will actually happen, that's the only cohort where we have actually had women gain internships right after the cohort. Now, I always talk about intentionality. If you want to get an internship, because I won't call it a job because you are still very new in the field. I won't call it a job per se. If you want to even have an opportunity for an internship, my advice will be now go on LinkedIn, go and look for data science internships, right? And look at the requirements. The requirements I mean here includes the skills that they need. When you do that, by the time your facilitator is taking you, you will also be able to guide them to give you the things that you need for such internships, and then begin to look for internships or internship opportunities. For some people, what they learn here might not be enough for them. For some, what they learn will be enough for them to get an internship. It all depends on how you play your card. We will follow a curriculum to help you, right? But if you are looking for an internship, have you checked what are the requirements for gaining internship in certain organizations? We'll also try to help you to know that, but it will be very good if you also do your research to know what is needed of you. And then, so that when you are in class, you are able to maybe nudge your facilitator towards that. That if they are not, if what they have prepared for you doesn't even extend to that, because it is a 6 weeks training program, they can begin to see how they will infuse it and get you ready for it. So it is not a yes or no answer. It's a matter of who is the person in question. That would be my response. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I think if I can add to that a little bit, I would just like refer you back to your days back in school, right? I know that during school time, some students actually start working even while they're still in school. And then some others begin work after they graduate. And then some others too, after they graduate, it takes a lot of time before they even get one job or something like that. But the thing here is with the whole tech thing, begin now. In fact, the very first thing I think that every one of us should begin to do right now is to dust up your LinkedIn account. Please. No more data science enthusiast, or what do there's this thing usually enthusiast, be data science lover or aspirant or something. No. Now, right now, begin to put yourself as data scientist. That is what you are. You've already started to take that first step. You are a data scientist. Change your profile name, change your, begin to follow people in this core area. Data science, data analytics, begin to follow people, begin to, connect with people. In fact, leverage on connections and on networking. That will help you. This helped me. So that's why I can recommend it wholeheartedly. So yeah, I think it also depends on the person's resilience, right? And tenacity to work. If you're the kind of person that you don't see any barrier, then definitely you never see any barrier, right? You would take the bull by the horn, no matter how difficult it is, and you keep pushing until you get that one yes. So that is just it. Be resilient and determined. And yes, it can pay off. Even by the end of this boot camp, you can begin to see results. If not, just keep pushing. Don't stop at this. Don't stop at Moms Who Code. Continue from cohorts or from other boot camps too, or trainings, and get more knowledge. That's how I think it's best. Yes. Okay. So if we've answered that question, we can have Temilade. Am I right?
Okay. I wanted to quickly also add something to that LinkedIn that you mentioned. Now, it's very important that you write. I know a lot of people, they don't write, they don't see the need to write, but it's very important that you document progress. And LinkedIn is a way to document your progress as you go along. Now, last cohort, there was a lady in the UI UX class, and then she documented, she gave a summary of what she learned or her experience with the boot camp. And to me, it wasn't satisfactory. Why? She wrote that she went to the boot camp and she's grateful for the little things she had learned. And I went back to her that I cannot acknowledge this post because you don't go on LinkedIn and you are writing about a training that you did and you have the hopes of getting something from this your write-up, and you go and say you learned
and belittle yourself with your own write-up, forgetting that people are watching.
Now, if I were you, from the first day you start taking classes, today I started my training at so and so boot camp, and today the facilitators, blah blah blah, whoever the person is, took us and the topic was blah blah blah. The key concept learned includes, and then when they give you task in your class, you do the task and you go back on LinkedIn and go and put it there.
True.
It goes
a long way.
You're really looking for something, except you're not looking for anything, but if you are something out of this and you are not just like, oh, let me just see what will happen. By all means, document your progress. Document it. And when you are documenting, please use technical terms.
So that you don't even know who if the would-be employer or would-be employer is in your space there, and they are saying all the technical terms that you're writing, and they're like, oh wow, I have an experience.
You are wondering, what is she even saying? God, that's jargon. Write it down and make sure when you are writing when you are documenting your learning, you actually add this to it, because those are the keywords that people want to see, that people in that space will see and know that, oh, this person actually attended class.
True.
If I go and say, I want to talk about something in programming, I want to talk about variable, I go and say, and the container is used to hold the element for what's that? Someone that reads it to be like, are you explaining to a 5-year-old? Sorry, on LinkedIn, you are not explaining to a 5-year-old. You are explaining to experienced people in that field, the terms that they can relate with.
True.
So please, let's have that of our minds. If you are looking for
LinkedIn is very important.
Be intentional, be very technical, be very professional. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Amma, for that. And lastly, I want to portray this example. So I was doing a training with someone, and the person, now we might be looking at, oh, the job we are going to get, and then forgetting about the job that we are already doing. I don't know. Some people might already be working and doing one thing or the other. It could even be in their office. So I was working with doing a course with this colleague of mine, and she every time she was always, in fact, she started off as a receptionist, right? She would post, we started doing the data science together and all that. So anytime she's doing the work and all that, her boss used to, walk by and see her doing all those things and be hearing the conversation, the on-call and meetings and all that we're having. And then before the program was over, guess what? They promoted her from receptionist to a junior data scientist. Do you understand? So before the program was over. So this is like real life testimony that can happen. So it could be you, it could be anyone else. So it just depends on how you put yourself out there. That's just all that it is. So yeah. Okay, so let's go on to the next person. Temilade. Hello, Temilade.
Yeah.
Okay. Please ask your question. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Thank you for the previous explanation and everything. My questions, I have 2 questions. The first one is, I would like to know the programming language that we will be offering for data analysis. And the second question is, the career I actually want to build on is data science, but I plan on starting with data analysis. And now, recently, I'm doing R programming. So while doing the program, I came across some code and everything. Then it started to look like Python. It started to look like SQL. So it was kind of, now my fear is that, is there a way, like, is it possible to, like, won't there be confusion, like, when you start learning all this stuff, because it's kind of broad, SQL, Power BI and everything? Won't there be confusion? That's like, I'm kind of having this fear that once I'll start getting confused. I don't know.
Okay. So please, who will take that for us? And is there any data analyst facilitator here that can help us answer that? Or anyone can as well.
If I did facilitator and I have not made you a presenter, please raise your hand so your mic can work. Otherwise, your mic may not work. Any data analyst facilitator here? Okay, so I can't any hand raised.
Yeah.
So what I can say is, okay, there's someone. Is there someone there? Data analyst facilitator.
No, it's data science facilitator, Uzodimma Ibeawuchi.
Okay, you want to answer the
Uzo, do you want to go ahead to answer the question?
Yes, I want to answer the question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so to the person that asked the question, the thing about programming is you're not supposed to learn the language, but you're supposed to learn the concept, right? Because what a variable does in Python is what a variable does in, let's say, R, right? And it's still the same thing it does in JavaScript. It codes different, right? Now you're confused at some point. Maybe when you start learning R, you may get confused, or you may have difficulty learning Python. Now, once you understand that for you to analyze data, you first have to gather data and visualize it, looking at the data type, seeing the right data type. Now, fixing on type data, missing data type, like taking away the ones that are not useful, right? And then going ahead to analyze data and visualize. That's the same thing, the same process that you still do using R, right? So once you are learning science, no, we are not learning, we are not learning Excel, we are not learning SQL, we are learning analysis, we are learning data science. So follow the process, right? Understand the concept, and it's easily transferable from one language to another. Say to don't get confused, because I'm starting off with R. I think I'll find it difficult when I switch to another language. Yes, if you focus your learning on R instead of the concept, right? Then I think, did you make mention of saying you are learning data analysis, and you see that we are doing Excel, SQL, and the visualization too. That's true for data analysis.
Sorry, Uzo, sorry to cut you short, Uzo. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm struggling to hear you. Your network keeps breaking. I don't know. Is it the same thing for you, Ama? I'm really struggling to. It's breaking horribly.
So sorry about that. Hopefully it's better now, is it?
Yes, I think it's better now.
Okay, so in summary, I can't go over again because of time. I'm saying you should focus on the concepts that you're learning instead of focusing the language. Because what a data analyst will do using Excel, it's the same thing that the data analyst will do using R and also using Python. You start with gathering your data, accessing your data, tidying up your data, analyzing it, and then coming up with visualization to explain what you found from the data. So do not fear that you may get confused switching from R to Python. Just try as much as you can to grab the concept, the steps that you follow. And then when you switch to another programming language, it will still be as easy as the other one, because what you learn in programming is easily transferable. Just that there are little modifications because of language specific syntax. But the process remains the same, the concept remains the same. I don't know if this answers the question, and hopefully at this time the network is clear.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Uzo. Okay, so we have Ukamaka Mbakwe. Ukamaka, are you free to ask your question? Please do so quickly. Please, we don't have so much time remaining. We are trying to I know that the data analysis track, they have a class for tonight by 8. So we want to finish this session on time so that they would be able to have some time to join that class. Okay, so if Ukamaka, Kai is available, please, can you ask your question? If not, Fola Romi, can you go ahead, please?
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
So, I would like to ask if I should leave data science class and stick with data analytics class, because that's what I applied initially.
Okay, which is what you applied initially, and which is where you are? You applied
I'm in
for
both. I'm seeing the both.
Okay,
I'm
you are
seeing
in.
the classes. Like I'm seeing the both groups on
Okay,
my
so
screen.
now the question now is, what is your choice? Which is your choice?
It's data analytics.
Then stick with data analytics if that is your choice.
Okay, so I have to leave data science room, or I should just leave it that way?
I think, Amma, can you answer that question? I think they're okay. Amma, please, can you help with that question? That's like,
it's possible for you to leave, but I'll check and I'll share the steps on Telegram.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. So
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, Folaromi, are you available to ask your question now?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so
evening.
much for the opportunity. I am a newbie, so like listening to this session, I'm not even sure if I am supposed to be in either of the two. The reason being that I am a caterer that migrated into spice making. So I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of yesterday, listening to the welcoming speech yesterday, I thought about the digital marketing, that probably that will kind of be easier for me to navigate into. So I want to seek your opinion. Will this work for a newbie like me? Because I keep hearing all these big terms and I'm like, what am I doing? So I just need clarification on that. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Please, is there anyone that can help us take that? Uzo.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So, Paula, I would like to start off with telling you that before Uzodimma got into data science, he was a newbie who was completely lost when someone mentions the term variable, right?
Okay.
But then, why he is strong enough now to take newbies, not a question that may throw him off balance, is because he had this conviction that he wants to do this, right? So that's why I insisted that I can do this, because those people talking about them, they have no two heads. It's just the same head, one heart, but the difference is consent and passion, right? So now this brings me to this, to answering your second question. If you will advise you to stick to go to digital marketing or continue on this track, easier for you. Now in this world, I'll advise you, do not go for something that is hard, do not go for easy, but go for something that is your passion, right? Because your passion will always keep you going. But when you go for things that are easy, you feel like, oh, this is not worthless. I don't think I can get anything from this. But when you go for something that is hard, you may say, oh, is this even worth it? But if it's something that is your passion, if it's something that you're passionate about, during the hard times, you will find a reason to stick. During the so easy time that you think that it's worthless, your passion will also keep you to it, right? So do not be afraid that you know nothing about data analysis or data science. You have to do is to have a passion. And you've understood what into what a digital marketing is. It's left to you to find the one that suits you, the one that you're passionate about, and follow. So the advice on the one that you follow, the one that you go to, you can't get the right answer from either Chimeremma or Aghama or from myself. Rather, it will come from you. Which one are you passionate about? It's left for you to decide that. And when you're the one that actually chose that path, you see that come rain, come shine, you will find a reason to be in what you are doing. I don't know if this answers the question. I don't know if anyone else has anything to add to it.
I think you have exhausted it all. It just boils down to passion. I mean, that is where the word transitioning comes into play. So a lot of people very recently, have started to transition from other fields entirely. I don't even know what you studied, but I'm not sure it's anything related to tech. So, but it doesn't mean that you cannot transition to tech.
Okay.
All you just need is focus, determination, and passion. And before 1 year, trust me, you'll be speaking these terms and more. You understand? So that is all that is required. Just come with your learning ability to learn, and want to know more. In fact, that is all. Curiosity. That is all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to
Thanks. I really
I want to
Okay.
quickly say, and now I'm not trying to confuse anybody, but I'm coming with my own perspective. And now what I would say is, one thing that helps me, right? Because I've been through a period where I was so unsure of the career to go for, even in tech. I was not even, today I'll be here. Ask me in the next 2 months, I've moved, I'm somewhere else. I wasn't sure if it was the fact that, okay, I have a computer science background, so I know a little about everything, but at the end of the day, I wasn't sure where to stay. But now, how did I make up my mind? It was in the fact of, what do I want to do? Like Uzo has said, what's your passion? And I'll say, what gives you fulfillment? Now, a twist to that is a question I would like to ask you. You have heard everything about, you've heard some things about data analysis. You have heard about data science, right? Listening about data analysis and data science, have you been able to pick anything to say, oh, this thing that this person is talking about, have you been able to relate it to anything that you do? That's what I would ask. For example, data analysis. I've talked about what data analysis is, the tools, the careers, and all. Have you been able to say, oh, while she was speaking, was there any thought of, oh, I can actually apply this to this particular area? Did it have to do like that?
Yeah, I got some like an aha moment from some of the things that she was saying anyway.
So if you say you're presently in the catering line, right? And something comes in like, this is how I can apply it to catering. I think that's something. If you had an experience like that, I think that's something. Because if you can hold on, if you can pinpoint something like that, then you are sure that something will come out of it if you follow that path. But if you can't pinpoint something like that yet, I wouldn't say that you should still leave. But I would now want to ask, or I would now want to suggest. Let me use the word ask first. In your catering, you didn't just, this is not like a career clinic. Do you understand? But I would like to diagnose, how did you arrive at catering? Do you understand? I'm sure it took you a process to arrive there. Is catering something that you want to do the long term, or you just want to learn a skill that can help you in your catering?
No, I'm actually exiting catering. I'm rounding up. It's not a long-term plan.
It is not a long time.
Though it's still in the food industry. It's from catering that I migrated into the spice business. So and I think the spice thing is actually a long-term thing. From all indications, I wake up energized, wanting to do more, doing research and all those, passionate to learn more. I'm always reading up on stuff, that ordinarily the normal mind we just, it doesn't make any difference. But to me, it's a whole lot. I'm researching, I'm testing recipes at home, giving people to help me check out all these things. So that's the thing with the spice business. But then I'm also thinking that as a woman, as you age, the energy and all these things kind of the energy level comes down. So you have to think long term too, as well. And whether we like it or not, this IT tech world has come to stay. So it's either you make up your mind, to do everything and go after it, or you find out that in the nearest future you'll be wondering that why didn't I do this thing when I could have done something about it. So that's just
Okay, thank you so much for that. So
I can say what I can
we
say.
hope
What I can say in response to that is you can join the data analysis, right? And the reason why I tell you that is that digital marketing is not so how do I say, it's not very technical in quotes, right? So you might still be able to like do some things on your own. But coming from where you are now, and if you want to go to analysis, you need someone to guide you. You need somebody. You need to be like in a system where you get resources and you get the help that you need. So that's why I would not say go to digital marketing. I'll say stay with data analysis.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Thank you. I appreciate that.
We'll soon round up. So we have 2 more people online for questions. Diggs, are you good to ask your question? Diggs, Mwalili 32. Please ask your question briefly, please. If they are not available, the Real Women Network, can you ask your question?
Okay, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? Good evening. This is the Real Woman Network. Can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can hear you. I would like to ask if the class will be holding this night.
Which class, please? Okay, okay, so there will be, I think you will be having your data. Can you mute yourself, please? Please kindly mute up. So I think you'll be having the data analysis class tonight by 8. Data science class, this is supposed to cover for the data science class. So we'll be seeing again tomorrow for data science. Also, please correct me if I'm wrong. Tuesdays.
So it's Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. So data science class, our next class is will be on Friday. So yes, but for the data analysis, you have your class today by 8. So prepare for that. Okay, so the Real Women Network, please go ahead. Go ahead quickly, please. Please unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I have unmuted myself. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
good evening, everyone.
Loud and clear.
Okay, actually, my name is Dada. So I want to ask a question. I was I'm in the data analysis track. The data analysis, it involves, okay, the data analysis, it kind of involves research, right? I want to know if it involves research and if it involves one having mathematical skills, being proficient in statistical concepts. That's what I want to know. Hello?
Hello. So,
hello?
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so the truth there is that both data analysis and data science involve statistical concepts, and you should know, I mean, some mathematical terms or statistics. Yes. And it also, both of them involve research. Yes. But now going forward, data science goes further into research. Data science is mostly used for those in the academia, especially who are into research, especially when you want to build models, predictive models and stuff like that. So data science goes like a leg further, right? Yeah, so, but both of them, they still involve, to a great extent, they involve research, mathematical concepts, and all that you have mentioned. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Right. Yes, you did. I just needed to know so I can prepare my mind.
Okay, please prepare it too. But
Thank
not
you.
be saying high mathematics, just
It's good to hear that you just want to prepare your mind, because I'm beginning to think that maybe you are not friends with mathematics or statistics.
you know, it reached to ask. Okay, one Lily, 32. Are you there for your question? I think that should be the last one. Last question is from Olufumibi. Our last question will be from Olufumibi. Is your hand up? One Lily, 32. Are you there? Okay, I don't think she's available to ask a question. Okay, so Olufumbi, can you ask your question? Olufumbi,
Okay,
can
good
you ask your
evening.
question?
Good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Okay, thank you so much for this. I'm super grateful. And my question is, for prospective like candidates for should I say doctoral programs, like which one do you advise? Is it hello?
Yeah, I'm here. We are here.
Which one do you
can hear you.
advise? Science or data analysis?
Oh, okay. I would like to take this question because this is kind of my area. So the best bet for you, in fact, is data science, right? Because you need, like I said before in my previous, I mentioned that data science is mostly for use in the academia, in research, because you need to, build models, make predictive analysis and all that. Much more like, think of how you used to use your MATLAB, right? I don't know if you have any idea of MATLAB, but if you remember anything about MATLAB, most of the work that you can do on MATLAB, you can do with the skills you have as a data scientist with Python and all that, Jupyter and all the rest of them. So if you're in the doctoral, the academic side of things, so do well to learn more of data science. It will pay you more. But then it doesn't mean that you cannot go further to grab concept. Data science is like the orga of data analytics, right? So you still need to at least get to know more of the Excel, the SQLs, the Power BI, but go further into data science because that will pay you more as a doctoral student or as a researcher. So yes, that's my own take on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too. So I think we are done with the questions. One Lily 32, I don't think she's available for her questions. So...
Yes, I'm available. Can you hear me?
Okay, please, welcome.
I've been talking, but it's like my network here is really messing me up. Good evening, everybody.
So sorry. Good evening.
Good evening. Please, my question. Okay, thank you so much for the explanation so far. My question is there a difference between data analysis and data analytics?
Okay. Are you just joining this call?
No. I've been, because what you talked about was data science and data analysis. But I'm asking about data analytics.
Oh, well, I did mention data analytics
Okay.
in the intro of the talk. So there is data analytics, there is data science, and there is data analysis. These three things exist. So I said before that data analytics is a far broader field that targets data to uncover solutions and generate growth opportunities for businesses. So see data analytics as the umbrella body of data science and data analysis, because what data analytics is talking about is how to uncover solutions using data, right? So just see the data analytics as the umbrella covering data science and data analysis. And then when you now go a step further, you now find data science. Now, data science is a combination of multiple disciplines that uses statistics, data analysis, and machine learning predictions and all whatnot to extract knowledge and insights from data, right? So data science on its own is now like a head over data analysis. Now, when you now talk of data analysis is like a subset of data science, right? It's a subset of data science, and it involves and focuses on cleaning, inspecting, transforming, and modeling data, all those things that you do around your data to be able to produce meaningful and useful insights for a business or for whatever you're working on. That is what data analysis is actually about. So I don't know if you understand this to a great extent.
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay. Do you still have any confusion that you want to ask?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Stu. So I think Amma, over to you now. I think we have been able to exhaust all the questions. So
thank you so much, Chimeremma, for anchoring this session. Basically, nothing else from my side. I just want to remind those in data analysis that there's class today at 8 p.m. Please join your class before 8. And the reason is that it's easier to let everybody in before the class starts. Once the class starts, the facilitator may not be able to easily let everyone in. So I wish everyone the best of this training. That's all. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
all righty, take care. Good
and thank
evening,
you.
good night.
Good night.
Yeah. Bye-bye.